You might be throwing away one of the most powerful parts of your food every single day without even realizing what you're losing. And even worse, this could be keeping your body inflamed, your pain increasing, your fatigue getting worse, even while you're trying to take care of yourself. Today, I'm going to show you something simple, but something that can completely change how your body responds after the age of 50. Because there is a natural combination, used for generations, that can help reduce pain, decrease bloating, improve digestion, and even restore your energy. But there's one detail that almost no one knows, and it's exactly this detail that makes all the difference in the results. And I'll explain that to you in a moment. Now let me ask you something. Have you been feeling body pain? That discomfort in your joints, your lower back, your legs, or even that swelling that just won't go away? Is your digestion sluggish, your stomach constantly bloated, and the fatigue just won't leave even when you rest? If you can relate to this, then pay very close attention to what I'm about to show you. Because many times, the problem is not a lack of medication, it's an excess of the wrong things, and the absence of what is natural and real. In ancestral medicine, we learn that the body doesn't get sick out of nowhere. It gives signals, small warnings, until one day the discomfort becomes constant. And it's exactly at that stage that you need to act. Now let me ask you something important. Have you ever stopped to think that something you usually throw away might be more nutritious than what you actually consume? That's right. There is a part of a very common food that is extremely rich in natural compounds, capable of helping the body fight silent inflammation. And when that inflammation decreases, pain begins to ease, the body becomes less bloated, and your energy slowly returns. But wait, because that's not all. There's another element, small, simple, that might already be in your kitchen, that contains a natural substance capable of helping relieve pain in a surprising way. And when these two elements are combined the right way, the effect can be enhanced in a way most people don't even imagine. But there's a mistake that almost everyone makes, and that mistake can prevent you from feeling any real results. And I'm going to explain that shortly. Now, let me show you something very few people know. In ancestral wisdom, the avocado seed, for example, is not thrown away. It is considered a concentrated source of natural strength. It contains compounds that help reduce what we call silent inflammation, one of the biggest causes of body pain, fatigue, and even premature aging. And what's even more interesting, many times it may contain more beneficial compounds than the pulp you actually eat. But on its own, it doesn't deliver everything it could. That's where the second element comes in. Cloves. This small ingredient, often used only in recipes, contains a natural compound known to help relieve pain and also fight microorganisms that disrupt the body's balance. In ancestral medicine, it is valued precisely for that. Now imagine this. You combine these two elements the right way, respecting the timing, respecting the preparation. You begin to create something that works from the inside out. And this can directly reflect in less body pain, less bloating, better digestion, more daily energy. But there's a third detail, which is what activates this combination even further. And this is exactly where most people go wrong. Because it's not enough to just mix things together. There is a correct way to prepare it that increases the absorption of these compounds in your body. And when that happens, the effect can be much stronger. Now hold on, because I'm about to show you exactly how to do it the right way. But before that, I need to tell you something important. Many people come to me and say, "Doctor, I've tried everything. I've taken medication, done treatments, but I'm still in pain, still tired. And what I always explain is this: as long as you don't address the root, the problem keeps coming back. And the root, most of the time, is in the gut, in the excess toxins, in what the body accumulates but cannot eliminate. And that's why natural methods, when used correctly, can help so much. Because they don't mask, they support the body in functioning better. And in a moment, I'll show you exactly how to prepare this combination, step by step, in a simple way that anyone can do at home. But before that, there's one more thing you need to understand. This combination can also help in other situations you may not have connected, like nighttime cramps, that feeling of heavy legs, or even digestive discomfort after meals. And this happens because these elements also act on circulation and on how the body absorbs nutrients. But wait, there's still one essential point I need to reveal before teaching you the full recipe. And this is exactly what can multiply your results. Now pay very close attention, because what I'm about to explain here can be the difference between seeing results or feeling absolutely nothing. Most people take these ingredients, mix them randomly, and then say it didn't work. But the problem is not the ingredients, it's how they are prepared. In ancestral medicine, there is a very important principle. It's not just what you use, it's how you prepare it. And that's exactly what activates the true potential of this combination. But before I show you the full preparation, I need to explain something that happens inside your body, and that will help you understand why this recipe can be so effective. When your body is inflamed, even if you don't notice it, it starts giving signals: joint pain, constant fatigue, bloating, constipation, lack of energy, and many times this is linked to toxin buildup and poor gut function. Now listen carefully. When you improve your gut function, you improve almost everything in your body, because that's where balance begins. And that's exactly why this natural combination works in such an interesting way. The avocado seed, when prepared correctly, works like an internal cleanup, helping your body eliminate what it no longer needs. Cloves help fight unwanted microorganisms and also support pain relief. And there's a third element that enhances all of this: apple cider vinegar. But it's not just about using it, and not in any amount. When used correctly, it helps your body absorb the natural compounds from these ingredients more effectively. In other words, you don't just consume it, you actually benefit from it. And that makes all the difference. Now let me reveal another benefit that surprises many people. This combination can also help those who experience fluctuations in energy throughout the day. That sudden fatigue, that heavy feeling in the body. This can be linked to liver function, and in ancestral medicine, the liver is seen as one of the body's main cleansing centers. When it's overloaded, you feel it: fatigue, low energy, digestive issues, even mood changes. And that's why taking care of this part changes everything. Now, before we continue, let me introduce myself to you. I am Dr. William. I've been studying and researching ancestral medicine for many years, observing how ancient cultures used natural elements to strengthen the body and restore health in a simple way. Over the years, I've gathered the most effective methods, the ones that truly make a difference in everyday life. And I organized everything into a simple guide, easy to understand, for anyone to apply at home. I left this guide in the first pinned comment for those who want to access it and go deeper into these natural methods. Now let's continue. because there's one more essential point you need to understand before the recipe. There is a very common mistake, and this mistake prevents your body from absorbing everything properly. Many people use the ingredients raw or don't respect the necessary preparation time, and because of that, they lose a large part of the benefits. In ancestral medicine, preparation time is just as important as the ingredient itself, because it's during this process that the compounds are released and become more available to your body. And that's exactly why this recipe must follow a simple but correct step-by-step. Now I'm going to explain clearly how you can do this at home. You will need 1 avocado seed, cloves, apple cider vinegar, water, and a small piece of cinnamon if you want to enhance it even more. The first step, you need to dry the avocado seed well. You can leave it in the sun or place it in the oven until it is completely dry. After that, you will grind or grate the seed. This step is important because it increases the surface area, making it easier to release its natural compounds. Next, place this material into a glass container. Add the cloves. Pour in the apple cider vinegar and complete with water. If you want, you can add the cinnamon. Now comes the most important part. You need to let this mixture sit for a few days, and during this time, you should stir or shake it daily. This process allows the natural compounds to be fully extracted. After this period, you strain the mixture and store it in a cool place. The consumption is simple, a small amount per day, preferably on an empty stomach or before going to sleep. Some people prefer to dilute it in water, which is also a great option. Now pay attention to this. It's not about using large amounts. It's about consistency. It's consistent use with awareness that brings results. And most importantly, observe your body. Each organism responds differently. Now tell me something. Did you already know this way of preparing it, or have you always used these ingredients differently? Because in the next part, I'm going to show you even deeper benefits and specific situations where this combination can help even more. Now that you understand how to prepare it, let me show you something that may open your eyes even further. Because this combination doesn't just work in a general way, it can help in specific situations that are very common after the age of 50. And maybe you are experiencing exactly that right now. For example, many people suffer from constant pain, the kind that seems to have no clear explanation. Arthritis, osteoarthritis, joint discomfort. From the perspective of ancestral medicine, this is often linked to the buildup of inflammation in the body. And when you begin to use natural elements that help reduce this inflammation, your body slowly begins to respond. Cloves, for example, contain natural compounds that act as allies in relieving this type of pain, while the avocado seed helps the body regulate internal processes, reducing what keeps that inflammation active. Now pay attention to this. This is not immediate. It's not like a medication that masks the pain for a few hours. This works from the inside out. Another point many people report is improved digestion. If you struggle with constipation, bloating, heaviness, this may be directly linked to your energy levels. Because when your gut isn't working properly, your body retains what it should eliminate, and that creates fatigue, discomfort, and even mood changes. With this combination, many people begin to notice better gut function, more lightness, less bloating, and this directly impacts your daily life. Now let me tell you something that few people connect. Cramps. Have you ever laid down to sleep and suddenly felt that sharp pain in your leg? This can be related to circulation and also to mineral balance in the body. And here's what's interesting. The combined use of these natural elements can help the body improve this balance, and as a result, reduce these episodes. Another important point, your immune system. Nowadays, many people live with low immunity. They get sick easily, take longer to recover. In ancestral medicine, when you strengthen the gut, you strengthen your immune system, because a large part of your immunity starts there. And this combination helps exactly with that, creating a more balanced internal environment. Now, pay close attention to this. There is something that accelerates aging, and many people completely ignore it. High blood sugar levels and excess fat circulating in the body. This overloads your system and makes you age faster. But when you begin to take care of your diet and include natural methods that help your body regulate these levels, you start to feel the difference. More energy, more clarity, less fatigue. And there's more. People going through menopause or hormonal changes often experience hot flashes, irritability, lack of energy. And when the body is inflamed, this tends to get worse. That's why, by helping your body rebalance internally, you may also notice improvements in these symptoms. Now, let me talk about something that is key, the liver. Many people try to improve their health but completely ignore the liver. And in ancestral medicine, it is seen as one of the main detox centers of the body. When the liver is overloaded, you feel it. Constant fatigue, difficulty losing weight, hair thinning, low motivation, and many times everything starts there. That's why this combination I showed you can be seen as a first step, a simple beginning to help your body eliminate excess and function better. But pay attention, it does not replace lifestyle changes. It is support, a complement. Now let me tell you something very important. If this content is helping you, like the video and subscribe to the channel so more people can receive this information, because there are many people suffering without knowing that there are more natural and accessible paths. And when you interact with this content, you help it reach those who truly need it. Now, tell me something. Do you know someone who lives with pain, fatigue, or digestive issues? Because in the next part, I'm going to show you important precautions, mistakes you must avoid, and how to enhance your results even further in your daily life. Now here comes a part that many people ignore, and that can determine whether this method will help you or whether you'll feel almost no difference at all. Because it's not enough to just do it. You need to know how to use it, and especially what to avoid. First point, excess. In ancestral medicine, more does not mean better. There is a measure, a balance. When you overdo it, you can overload your body and create discomfort. That's why a small amount daily, used consistently, is far more effective than overdoing it for a few days and then stopping. Second point, time. Many people start something natural and stop on the third or fourth day, saying it didn't work. But the body doesn't respond overnight. It needs repetition, consistency, patience. It's like planting a seed. You don't harvest it the same day. Third point, ingredient quality. Whenever possible, use more natural, less processed ingredients. This makes a difference, because the closer something is to its natural state, the greater its potential effect. Now let me tell you about a silent mistake, and you may be making it without realizing. Many people use natural methods, but continue with habits that inflame the body. Excess sugar, processed foods, low water intake. This blocks any result. It's like trying to clean something while continuing to make it dirty at the same time. That's why, if you want to enhance the results of this combination, start with small adjustments. Drink more water throughout the day. Reduce sugar intake. Choose more natural foods. You don't need to change everything at once, but start. Now, pay attention to this. Observe your body. It always gives signals. If you begin to feel lighter, less bloated, better digestion, that's already a sign you're on the right path. Another important point, every body is unique. What works quickly for one person may take a little longer for another, and that's completely normal. Now let me give you something that very few people do. Write it down. Yes, track how you feel over the days, because when you record it, you begin to notice changes that would otherwise go unnoticed. Now, there is one detail that can enhance all of this even more. Timing. Many people report better results when using this combination on an empty stomach, because the body is more receptive. Others prefer using it before sleep, and that can work as well. You can test and observe which time your body responds best. Now listen carefully. What you learned here today is not just a recipe, it's a principle. The principle of returning to what is simple, natural, what has always been available but was forgotten over time. And when you start applying this, you're not just trying to relieve symptoms, you're helping your body restore balance. And that changes everything. Now let me ask you one last question. Are you willing to take care of your health in a more conscious, natural, and consistent way? Because knowledge without action changes nothing. But when you apply it, even something simple, results begin to appear. Share this content with someone who needs it, because there are many people suffering in silence, without knowing that small changes can make a big difference. And remember, your body speaks. Learn to listen. Stay blessed and take good care of your health.